So I wanted to come on and talk about perimenopause. You've probably seen some of my posts if you have been around here. And also just, it's been a while since I've been here. I just have been traveling and was in England and Ireland, and it's taken me a while to get back to life back here. And that's part of what I want to talk about. So I want to talk about perimenopause and kind of like the struggles I've been through and what is new and what is coming up. So if you're here, say hi. If you're new to me, my name is Erin McGuire. I'm a healer, a coach, and spiritual mentor. And so my background, as a lot of you know, comes from the spiritual world. My foundation is in yoga, started that back in 2007, and everything has just built on top of that. Got into energy healing and Reiki and then coaching. And so I always was about the spiritual side of things. And anytime I'd have any health issues, I always addressed those from that same space of like energy healing and really going into spirituality and that kind of thing. And that worked for quite a long time. That worked until it didn't. Until about the age of 35, when I started having really bad fatigue problems and ended up going to Stephanie Gretz and, got diagnosed with adrenal fatigue. At that point, like my cortisol, I wasn't making cortisol. It was like, it's supposed to kind of go like this. Mine went like this and then just tapered off. So, got on some different things, tried many different things, got on progesterone for a while, did that for like a year and saw some improvement. But then in like a year later, it was kind of like I was having the same symptoms again, because from my experience, everybody's got their own kind of experience with hormone replacement and that type of thing. From my experience and from what I've learned is that we can have, when we do kind of a hormonal replacement, you have to kind of keep switching it up because the body will get used to a certain amount coming in and then it kind of stops making its own resources of that. Because it's like, hey, I don't need to do this anymore because you're taking care of it. The same thing happened to me. So like in 2020, again, I had another really bad crash. And I'm not a big doctor person. Like I definitely have always, even growing up, my family is not big on going to the doctors. There's nothing wrong with that, but nothing wrong with doctors, but it's just kind of like how I grew up. And then all the holistic things I've found, I've always just tried to go the holistic route. So I waited as long as I could to go to the doctor. And finally I did, was diagnosed with a low thyroid, a low hypothyroidism, as well as low testosterone, and my vitamin D was a little bit low. So I got put on thyroid medication. I've never been on medication my entire life. Got put on thyroid medication and was told, you're just going to be on this forever. And I obviously started taking vitamin D and that increased. And the testosterone, they started giving me pellets where they would slice my skin open, like on the side of my butt cheek. It felt like somebody was burning me with an iron. Give me a high five or a thumbs up if you have been there, because I'm meeting several people that have never heard of pellets and the process you have to go through. It's excruciating. And then I had to wear like a patch on my butt for a couple weeks while it healed, and I couldn't be in water, and couldn't work out, had all these restrictions. And I just thought that was going to be my life. And neither of those things, the thyroid medication or the testosterone pellets, neither one of those things improved my symptoms really. The testosterone, I noticed a little bit of a change, and it was very, very expensive. But it wasn't enough to be like, okay, this is it. This is the cure. So I asked my doctor to get off the thyroid medication and did. That's when I found somatic work. So we're going to tie this back to somatics because I've got something new coming for you there too. But I go back to the doctor. He tells me, I tell him like, nothing's changed. I'm still on the thyroid medication. I'm not noticing a difference. He's like, okay, the next step in his protocol was antidepressants. And I told him, I'm like, but I don't feel depressed. He goes, but you have all the symptoms of depression except for suicidal thoughts and something else. And I'm like, but I knew in my soul that depression was not the issue. So that's when I started finding all the work that I found, all the different amazing practitioners and people to do the somatic work. And that's where I dove into that and actually healed the chronic fatigue. And I mean, I was in bed by 2:00 almost every single day, like on my computer, like I had no social life. And so things got really good with the somatic work. But then perimenopause shit, it comes back around. And just backwards 1 second, got off my thyroid medication and stopped taking the pellets and healed chronic fatigue through somatic work because I had a lot of childhood trauma that was stuck in the tissues of my body. So once I learned about how to work through that, how to understand my nervous system, how to understand where I get stuck, where I get triggered, learning to slow the fuck down, because that's an issue, and learning how to unwire myself from the patterns of overachieving, overdoing, overgiving, over people pleasing. So there's lots of pieces to this, the mindset piece and so on. But the thing I kind of neglected to an extent, I've always eaten pretty healthy, but the thing that I kind of neglected was the physical body. Yes, the somatic work helped with that, but like the perimenopause symptoms kind of started creeping back in, I would say, probably since, I moved to Florida, because probably stress signaled that in my body, and it's been kind of a process since I've been here. But so I ended up finding my friend, Bethany. She was going to school to be a regenerative health practitioner. And I was like, well, what are you doing? And so I kind of became one of her people, her little patients. And she shared with me about some different things that she was doing. And she also agreed adrenal issues for me. And so kind of set up this protocol for me to be on. And that is where I got introduced to this stuff. So I got introduced to these products that I would say within 30 days, I started noticing a difference. Probably even less than that. It's probably like a couple weeks. Now, again, I don't eat a ton of processed food and such stuff like that. But, and I thought I was eating pretty healthy, but it's really hard to get the nutrients. And so I want to go into that topic for a second, because that's kind of why I even wanted to hop on here. And now we're 10 minutes in and I still haven't gotten to that. But anyway, that was the backstory. So I've always been really passionate about food and understanding that for whatever reason, I don't know why, but in America, we're all waking up to this. There's poison in our food, right? There's glyphosate to be exact. And it's even why in 2011, I left the country and I was just like, I'm done with America. I can't do this anymore. I didn't like, what I was seeing and what I was learning back then. So I've always kind of had this passion for understanding that the narrative that we're given, the food system, that the government, whoever, is making money off of us being sick. right? Like the bottom line, like if we're sick, we are paying in money and we're stuck in this cycle, right? Because the food is bad. And so then then you get sick because you're not eating properly. And then you need the pharmaceutical drugs, right? Which are running our country. Let's be real. So that has been something that's just always really angered me, really upset me. And it sucks when you have to start seeing the truth. And then you're just like, well, what do you do about it? Because it's like, you got to eat, food's expensive. People think organic food is expensive and so on and so forth. And if you have a big family, then yeah, it would be. I don't have children, so it's not a big deal for me to buy organic food. But then when I go to Europe, okay, so last year I was in Italy last September. I just got back from England and Ireland, and both times, and even the people on my retreats noticed the food quality is different over there. It's way better. I can go, like literally because we were traveling in Ireland, we go to 3 different places. There's a lot going on. Literally, I went into a gas station and ate something from a gas station. I wouldn't dare do that in the United States. And it was funny because I was sitting at the airport waiting for my flight, and this English family was sitting across from me, and the dad had some Pop-Tarts, and he was kind of trying to give them to his daughter, and she's like, she was making a face, and I just kind of looked at them, and he looked at me and he goes, oh, she thinks the food in America is all junk food and it's bad for you. And I'm like, she's not wrong, right? And that sucks because a lot of us grew up on that. Like we love those kinds of foods, but that's the thing, you get addicted to them. They include very addictive substances, and it's not really food, the processed food I'm talking about. Then a lot of our vegetables and fruits and all of that are sprayed with glyphosate. So you're going, well, what the hell do I do? Because, I intuitively really feel and have felt ever since these products came into my life that glyphosate is causing a majority of our problems. Like brain fog, like aches and pains, so on and so forth. And so it's just really infuriating when you can go to another country, you can eat out at any restaurant and really feel okay. Like that I came back here this time and I was pretty upset by that because it's really unfortunate that, and also when we send products from America to Europe, they won't even accept certain products that have certain things in them. So it's like, it's okay for us, but it's not okay for them because they actually have stricter, rules and regulations for their people. And we do not. Like something is wrong, right? Like this ain't right. This isn't adding up. So long story longer, I came back and I wanted to get on a cleanse after traveling and eating differently than I normally do. And so I'm going to do that. If anybody wants to join me on doing a cleanse, I am getting married next month. So, and by a cleanse, it's just like, I just want to cut out processed food and I want to do more of these products that I'm going to tell you about. So I was introduced to these products. They're freaking amazing. Within bringing it back, we're going to go full circle back to perimenopause. I had a belly. I had the low belly, cortisol belly that we get in perimenopause. And before my trip, I was trying on a couple pants. I had a pair of pants that I know I tried them on last November and they didn't fit because I was moving. So I tried everything on, got rid of a bunch of stuff. They fit and they're like loose now. So that I should have taken before and after pictures, but cortisol belly is flat, which is really just inflammation. What is inflammation? It's toxins in our body from processed food, from glyphosate. So what has changed is that I started using these products, and they have a green drink that one of the green drinks is equal to eating 6 superfood salads. It's the most nutrient dense, regeneratively grown food I think you can find on the market. And it's just a shake. So literally I took it with me on my travels. I just didn't get to do it twice a day like I normally would like to. They also have a product that has been shown to pull glyphosate out of your body within 6 weeks. And 95%, studies show that 95% of Americans have glyphosate in their bodies. So again, that's what I think is causing the bloating, the aches and pains, the brain fog, the health issues, autoimmune disorders, cancer, all that stuff. Like, it comes from somewhere, and why is it on the rise? So, and then they have a product that helps, with anti-aging and helps you sleep at night. I need to be better about taking that one. But I can even notice, since I've been back, I can notice just a change in my skin, a change in my digestion, from being more consistent with the products than I was when I was traveling. But I was able to take them with me. So my point in sharing all of this is, if you're struggling with any perimenopause symptoms, bloating, weight gain that you can't seem to get rid of, brain fog, increased anxiety, increased irritability, just feeling like you're not yourself, then comment me below this video, and I am doing a free call on September 19th at 6 p.m. Central Time for anybody that wants to learn more. I will be joined by 2 regenerative health practitioners that you can ask questions of them as well. And we'll be sharing with you like what has worked for us. And it's free. So, it's like a half hour of your time if you want to join us. And I'll leave a link for that below the video. I also wanted to share that on top of everything else, let me just check my notes. Oh, so it's my birthday week. So first of all, join me for that call on September 19th, because you deserve to feel good, right? I deserve to feel good. We all deserve to feel good. Like, let's change the game of this narrative and one thing that aggravates me is that we normalize sickness. We normalize not feeling well. We normalize being tired, especially as you get older. Oh, I've got this illness, or, I'm just tired all the time. That's common. It's not normal. Like, we're not supposed to feel that way in our 40s, in our 50s, in our 60s, right? But we have to change what we're doing a bit. We've got to get rid of processed foods out of our diet, which is what this cleanse I'm going to be doing is, like, just getting rid of the processed foods, eating more whole foods, and then including some products that can actually pull this toxicity out of our body. It's huge. I cannot express how excited I am about these products and how I stand behind them 100%, because this is everything I've been talking about since 2011, which is get more superfoods in your diet. And I didn't know there was a cure for glyphosate, or I don't want to say a cure, that's the wrong verbiage, but a way to pull it out of your body. Like, that's mind-blowing to me. So I'm really, really grateful that these were shared with me for that reason. But on another note, it is my birthday week, and I have said, like when I was in England and we were on these retreats, I said I want this year to be my healthiest and wealthiest year of my life. Okay, so if that's something you want to join me on, like maybe you just want to be your healthiest and your wealthiest now, if that's something that you're into, then I have a couple things for you. So first of all, the healthiest version of you, show up on September 19th at 6 p.m. Again, I'll leave a link below this. It's a free call. And then for my birthday week, I'm giving 20% off of a few of my courses. So the manifestation course that I have, the nervous system healing, and my distance healing sessions. and a family constellation package. So those 4 things are going to be 20% off through next week. So, especially the manifestation course, that will help you to begin unraveling things so that you can be your wealthiest version of yourself. And then this December, I'll do another manifestation course live. So, but this is more of like the foundational piece, and then we'll do more of like the more money vibe piece coming up. So I will leave links for that below. Those 4 programs are 20% off for 1 week. It's my gift to you for my birthday week. And that is what I am talking about. So I'm going to get off now. Didn't want this to go this long. I shared a lot of things. But the most important thing to know is that there is a way through all of this stuff. Yes, it sucks that our food has been poisoned in this country. Yes, it sucks that whatever is going on happens and that we have to now pay for a product to pull this poison out of our body. But we have that. The good news is that there is somebody created something that actually works, and it can replace any of your probiotics that you already have. It's a prebiotic, a probiotic, and so it's nourishing the gut as it's pulling glyphosate out of your body, and it's amazing. So join me on September 19th for that call. Comment me below to get that, and I will put the links for the 4 programs that are 20% off down below. And yeah, that's all. Just I hope you all are having a good day. And if any of this resonated, let me know. I'd be so curious. All right. Thanks for watching.